What's up guys, Joe Youngblood here with Tradger Farms. I'm a habitat specialist with Whitetail Habitat Solutions alongside Jeff Sturgis and the gang. Hope everyone's doing well. Welcome back to the channel if you're returning. If you're new, feel free to follow along with us on our journey and helping out the wildlife on our farm, and hopefully you guys picking up a couple good ideas along the way. Today we're out here getting ready to seed our buckwheat. Gonna be our summer, gonna be our summer cover crop or no-till method that we're going to utilize at least to help the soil at the very least, and we'll be kind of going along the process with that as we do and have the last couple of summers. First quick reminder, check your gear because we have two wonderful earthway spreaders and they are pretty much destroyed from the mice in our shed. And shame on me for not giving a quick look at this stuff before I knew I was only gonna have a day or two at the most to get this done. So here we are. I'm either gonna try and see if this will work with a little bit of tape that is so old it's barely holding together itself. And otherwise I'm gonna have to run to the store and start picking up another one or two of these if they have them nearby. And get going. So we're also going to be planting a little bit of an annual screen. My hope was to get you guys a little more switchgrass action, you know, test out some different methods. I don't think I'm going to get to that this year, unfortunately, but in the following years I want to test you know, different methods, especially with, you know, now we have Jeff Seed on his website, WHS Wildlife Blends, and being that it's a very high count of soft seed, I think we might even be able to get away with a couple different planting methods for those of you that might be behind, or maybe we do a client visit with you and, you know, it's further along in the year than we would have hoped. All kinds of different stuff, so looking forward to that. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and get started, get stuff loaded up on the ATV here and get seeding. So far, the farmer had planted his beans a couple of weeks ago and we have not gotten any rain. But it kind of just goes to show you, you can see the beans coming up in the whole area when, you know, they get drilled in at the proper depth, and at least can get a head start. Supposed to get some rain here tomorrow. So I hope all of you guys have been paying attention of when that rain is going to be coming. Super important and going to really help with weed competition and getting those seeds off to a great start. So fingers crossed, I think some Sunday and maybe Tuesday, some good douses of rain. But I hope, again, you guys are on top of that and you're getting your seeds on the ground as well. For those of you that don't know what buckwheat looks like, this is what you are looking at right here. So if you open up your bag and the seeds, you know, they're pretty identifiable if it doesn't look like that, which I have had happen with the bag before, that it's not buckwheat. So bear that in mind. Seeding rate, guys, honestly, my bags are so broken and busted. I can barely remember, and this one doesn't even have the little locking mechanism. It just has the handle that goes back and forth. If I remember correctly, it was like maybe around a 4, 3.5, 4. With these big seeds, you can pretty much be almost all the way open. With like rye and stuff like that, same thing. Now, buckwheat might not be quite as like all the way open, but it's pretty close. So I just wanted to mention, I mean, literally for this, I'll probably be going by sound because the seeds are bigger. It's not like clover or switchgrass. And then also by amount, right? So if I know this is 1 acre and I'm 50 to 60 pounds per acre, one of these bags has to cover this area, so I can leave the bag open, fill it up, look at it as I'm seeding and just get that good feel. If you're really new to this and you just don't have much experience, perfectly fine. Take a smaller area. And again, you can use one of your apps like HuntWise, for example, to do area shape, meaning you'll click tools, area shape, and then kind of put some points around your plot area, and that'll tell you exactly how much of an acre that area is. You could do a smaller, like a 1/4 acre, and then take, you know, what would that be, 10 pounds to 15 pounds, something like that, and just fill it with that much and kind of do a test area, and you'll get a really good notion to whether you're seeding it too heavy or too light and go from there. So hope that helps. All right, guys, as always, quick update on our cuttings. Man, is that a load off my shoulders. These guys are looking pretty dang good. If you've been following along, you know exactly what I'm talking about. If not, go back, watch the last few videos that I have posted. Spent a lot of time, a lot of days putting down this weed barrier, getting this stuff fenced in. We got our 15-foot cuttings, hybrid poplar, hybrid willow. You can really see the differences now. Looking good. That willow's got branches all the way down to the bottom. Poplars are looking good. even the small cuttings, it looks like great success so far, and it's been so dry. This is not even good soil, guys. Look at this. Ragweed, sandy, all kinds of stuff mixed in. I don't know if you can see over there. I'll try and, won't let me zoom, but you can see maybe that far, all these trees for the most part. Over there, they're looking good. Pretty much every circle, at least the big ones, and most, or if not all of the small ones are looking awesome. So please, please rain tomorrow. That bush is a little bit in the fence there. Hopefully it doesn't get too big. I'll cut it down. And fencing's looking good. So I wanted to give you guys those updates. I am very surprised, you know, getting these cuttings in, besides the work, but just the drought that's happened. And I can see, I mean, some, while they're still growing, they're not, you know, super green. So I'm sure they need the water, and they're gonna get it hopefully soon. So again, quite surprised, just because, you know, these were sticks, and it was funny to hear a lot of my family be like, so shocked that I'm sticking these cuttings, you know, these sticks in the ground, and they're gonna make roots and branches, and they were pretty skeptical. I wasn't that skeptical, to be honest. It's been something that's done for a long time, but at the same time, just to see it and have this not perfect ground and it still start working even in dry conditions is pretty awesome. So if you guys put any cuttings in this year, I hope that they are doing very well. Again, the rest of those on the ground, the small ones, are pretty much the silky willow and the dappled willow. Those were all 12-inch cuttings, and we had some nice 6-footers. Those went into the ground, you know, 18, 22 inches or so. So they went quite a bit into the ground and probably got a little more moisture than the rest. But anyway, also switchgrass is looking good, which is great. As things heat up, which it really has been, it is starting to outcompete all those weeds. You know, some of this is on its 4th, 3rd year, and so on. So of course we expect that, but every year, you know, because it's that exponential grower and that switch isn't going to put on most of its height until things get really hot. It's always a little bit of a like, come on, got to take care of these weeds. Okay, back to seeding. Alright guys, I'm kind of back in like one of my sanctuary areas. So I'm leaving the 4-wheeler running real quick. Not a huge deal in the summer, but I really kind of leave this area alone. And I know in my improved bedding areas back there, I've got a lot more deer bedding now, which is great. But I wanted to show you real quick these pines. I sprayed around them with a backpack sprayer a little while back, and I'll tell you for sure, this is the most growth I've ever had on these pines in 1 year anyway. So I know we get wrapped up, we got a ton to do, but if you guys are out there, you got some buddies or whatever, and you have the time to do little things like that, it can make a big difference in, you know, adding and recuperating habitat if that's one of your goals. So really happy to see that. I think they're going to be going through their 3rd year, if I'm not mistaken. It was that video I had the cowboy hat on right here planting them. I think that was 2 years ago. So, I mean, those are going to be getting to 4 feet tall and really getting a lot thicker than some of these other ones. So, wanted to show you that. I'm throwing a lot at you in this video. I'm sorry. You only get here so many times, and I want to keep you guys in the loop on everything that I can. The other thing I'm going to do right now is check if you've ordered from a company like Whitetail Hill Chestnut and you have that grow guarantee. Remember, you have to notify them by the end of June. I've had pretty good success. I maybe have 2, maybe. I have to check them all real quick that have not leafed out. They give you to the end of June because some of these won't really leaf out much till later on, I believe, like the persimmon. And so you need to be able to give it time to give it a true chance, right? To be able to take and stuff like that. But I've done every step possible with these. I put in that, you know, myocrozase stuff, which isn't even required for the grow guarantee. But as long as you use their tree tubes, I've watered these. I've really done everything that I possibly could. So I will be, like this one might be a no-go. I don't know if you can even see that. Hard to get to with these fences here, but not even one leaf coming off of it yet. And that should be a chestnut. So that's one that I'll have to let them know. Anyways, when I call them, I will notify you guys and let you know kind of how that experience goes. Ooh, look at that, baby. Lots of leaves looking good. That is not a chestnut, I don't think so. I think some of these got mixed up in the packages because that's not a chestnut. That's looking like one of the oaks that I got, which was sawtooth and shumered. That one's a chestnut. That's looking good. That's leafing out a lot. Anyway, so here's one more that has not done anything. So the rest of these guys I can literally see. I'll try and slow it down. You can see the leaves and the 3-4 foot height in these tree tubes. You can almost see the leaves in each one. So I can already tell the rest are looking dang good. It was just happen chance I stumbled upon those. Man, but okay, even with this drought that we've been having, things are looking good. So 2 trees, I got to go check the fruit and the other oak on the other side, but looking good. I will let you know how the customer service is. What I was going to say is I think that's very important. Good for a company to be able to honor their word, and probably won't be an issue. But I'm going to go check the other trees, a little more seeding to do, and then it's just the rest of the chores. Got to mow the front lawn, take care of a couple of other things. If I don't spot anything that I think you guys should know, I will see you next time in the next video, which I do need to come back out here actually today. I'm gonna kind of drag and maybe cultipack a little bit of this buckwheat seed. So I don't know if I'll have any video. It's gonna be 83 today. I wanna knock this out. Got here nice and early to kind of beat the sun a little bit as I am walking and doing most of this by hand, by myself. But other than that, guys, you know, next video could be another spraying, crimping the buckwheat. If we can do the no-till method, if we have a ton of glyphosate resistant weeds, then what we are gonna do is hopefully borrow neighbor Dwayne or someone's disc and get that disc back up just slightly over the top, as little as we can, to get that mixed back in, that organic matter, and take care of the all the weeds and leftover buckwheat that we spray if some of those weeds are sifting through there and we don't have a great stand of buckwheat in some areas. And then we'll be spraying and fall planting and all that fun stuff. So hope it's going well, guys. Let me know below if you have any questions, comments, things like that, and we'll see you soon.